Um, it's a mixed feeling, right? It's great that you get a lot more professionals joining our industry and doing some amazing, stuff. But it's also quite concerning that you know brands actually use non-professionals to make claims and to use uncensored language and other concerning stuff in the way they communicate through advertising, and for me it's something of a worry. And if you look critically, the reason is that we do not have a regulation that actually that pushes practitioners of our craft to actually go by those rules. If you look at Nigeria, the Affairs Advertising Bill was passed in 1988. And if you look at where the Advertising Council is now, it's incredible. Right now in Nigeria, you cannot shoot an advert with any foreigner. You have to be Nigerian.
Yes.
So they do not accept foreign adverts in their country. What does this do? This means that the local companies who are in Nigeria, who are investing in people, who are investing in the economy, can actually make more money. Production houses are going to grow because they're going to shoot new advertising, and all of that. So if you look at all of this, it's quite concerning that we do not have a regulation, and so everyone does what they do. It's quite worrying that, again, with digital televisions coming on board, if you pay attention, I've taken time to watch some of them. It's quite despicable because you have charlatans actually coercing or persuading viewers to actually pay money for them to get something which is not tangible. Whether it's spiritual, I'm going to help you spiritually, or whether I'm going to talk to you about your family tree and why you need to avoid X, Y, Z. It's quite disheartening that a country as we live in, as we all love, we get to a point where technically everyone decides what they want to do because there are not repercussions on their actions. So that aspect, I'm quite worried, and I'm also worried that we've tried to push this bill since 2012. It was in Parliament.
Before you continue, you talk about we've been trying to push this bill.
Yeah.
What's that bill you talk about, and what does it really seek to achieve that is so important for this sector?
Yeah, so the Advertising Association of Ghana was actually set up because there was nothing in the system. Now, when you have nothing, something is good. So the practitioners in the industry came together and said, let's set up a body so that we can self-regulate us, all members. Now, self-regulation goes with code of conduct, which we set for ourselves. But if you're self-regulating and you do not have any law that backs you, you can only do so much, because those who are not members of the association can do whatever it is that you want to do, and you cannot bring them to book. So we've done this for a while. AG has been there for a while. We've done incredible stuff. We've self-regulated. One of the busiest places that you see a lot of collaboration will be the outdoor space. We've collaborated. We've worked with municipal, authorities and district authorities to be able to, kind of clean up the system. It's still tough. But we've gotten to a point where we realize that if we do not have this regulation, things are going to get worse. I'm sure if you drive on the streets, and you wouldn't notice because now it's part of your wallpaper when you're driving, but the amount of billboards that are wrongly positioned, that are not by the standards that we all know that billboards should be. If you look at 37, it was one of the most beautiful places in Accra, that when you're driving from Jolo and you get there, it's great to see that crossroads. Now you have billboards all around. You can even see some vehicles coming from the other side. These are all areas that we worked with, with the authorities. There's still a lot of work to be done on there, but you clearly can see that where there's no law, people can do whatever it is that they want to do. And
I'm interested,
and the
before you
laws go
continue, I'm
free.
interested in the billboards thing.
Yeah.
You see a lot of billboards. What's wrong with how they are placed, and what's wrong with it?
So there's actually an ally that regulates billboards. So the AAG, together with urban roads, with highways, with standard boards, we came up with an ally. It's a comprehensive document that went through. It's actually been passed. It's an ally, so it's by law. This law actually rests in the bosom of the municipal and district assemblies, because they are the ones who issue permits for vendors to be able to mount. The same way they give you a permit to build your house, they give you a permit to mount the billboard. Now, the science behind mounting billboards. It's not just you put something there. They are the ones supposed to regulate it. It's a problem. We've had several meetings, and the problem still persists. And we think that if the law was in there and they could do this, they would have done it. Some do try. I mean, there are those that we work very closely with who try and clean up the system. But there are a lot that it beats your imagination. What science and what reasons, or what process of decision making they went through to give a permit to someone. I mean, sometimes you drive and you see a billboard here. Usually, the law says that you need to give about 100 meters or 120 meters in between billboards. But I'm sure when you drive around, the maximum space you get will probably be 60 meters. The law says 120, so why 60 meters? Why are you giving permits for people to do the wrong thing when the law actually says that you need to do?